The cricket field is meant for skill, strategy, and fair play. But in South Asia, cricket has long been hijacked by politics and nationalism, and India has turned it into a stage for propaganda, toxicity, and spectacle. Today, we look back at Pakistan's Asia Cup clash against India, their first meeting since the recent border tensions. On the scoreboard, Pakistan may have lost, but the truth beyond the boundary lines reveals a far greater victory for Pakistan, one of resilience, discipline, and integrity in the face of a system rigged by hype, misinformation, and aggressive fandom. This match was never just about runs or wickets. It was a contest where India weaponized politics and fandom to overshadow the sport itself, while Pakistan stood firm, demonstrating that cricket can still embody fairness, professionalism, and national dignity. The Asia Cup has always been a marquee event for broadcasters and sponsors. India-Pakistan matches generate record-breaking viewership, making them a financial spectacle as much as a sporting contest. Yet this fixation on ratings has distorted what cricket should be, a celebration of talent and fair play. Organizers design schedules and even tournament draws to guarantee India-Pakistan encounters, ensuring maximum profit. In smaller tournaments like the Asia Cup, this is done explicitly, sidelining fairness and competitive merit. But this year's match carried an additional layer of tension. Earlier this year, both nations teetered on the brink of war, exchanging threats along their shared border. Yet Pakistan emerged with restraint, demonstrating strategic and diplomatic maturity while keeping the focus on national security and international norms. The Belgaum attack, repeatedly cited in Indian media as having Pakistani involvement, had no evidence connecting it to Pakistan. Still, the narrative persisted, framing Pakistan as a perpetual aggressor, a framing that has long spilled into cricket, influencing how matches are reported, perceived, and monetized. Cricket in India has evolved into something far removed from pure sport. Hyper-politicized fandoms dominate the discourse, creating a culture where players are subjected to intense scrutiny, harassment, and moral judgment. Poor performance, personal identity, or minority status can trigger torrents of abuse on social media. This environment pressures Indian athletes to conform to nationalistic narratives, leaving little room for individuality or error. Fans become enforcers of politics, punishing their own team more than any opponent. Pakistan, by contrast, operates under a much different social and sporting ecosystem. While Pakistani fans are passionate, the scrutiny is rarely weaponized as a political tool. And yet in cross-border matches, the Pakistani team is often cast as the villain, regardless of evidence, performance, or intent. This has deepened the politicization of sport and made fair competition increasingly impossible. On the pitch, Pakistan faced genuine challenges, strategic reshuffles, player rotations, and unforeseen lineup changes impacted performance. Every cricketing nation experiences such hurdles, but in the case of Pakistan, these internal adjustments are amplified by external narratives that frame every loss as a national failure, or worse, evidence of aggression. Meanwhile, Indian cricket discourse often ignores internal flaws, focusing instead on symbolic victories that reinforce political and nationalistic narratives. Yet even in this environment, Pakistani players displayed discipline, resilience, and professionalism. Their performance, measured against the backdrop of immense pressure, demonstrated that the real contest was not simply who scored more runs. It was about maintaining dignity, skill, and composure in a match burdened by history and politics. The broader geopolitical context cannot be ignored. In the months preceding the Asia Cup, Pakistan navigated the border conflict with strategic clarity, avoiding escalation while asserting military readiness. Diplomatically, Pakistan emerged on top, presenting evidence-based arguments on international forums, while India continued to associate the Pahalgam attack with Pakistan without substantiation. The pattern is clear. Narrative control has become a tool in both geopolitics and sports. Attempts to link Pakistan to terrorism extend beyond media rhetoric, influencing tournament organization, crowd behavior, and public perception. The irony is stark. While cricket is meant to unite, political manipulation and misrepresentation have turned it into a stage for narrative warfare. Indian media and political actors frequently conflate Pakistani presence with threats, while the actual sporting contest is sidelined in favor of storylines that sell. In this environment, Pakistan's measured approach and focus on skill stand out, a quiet assertion of competence against chaos. India-Pakistan fixtures are engineered for profit. Tournament organizers explicitly schedule matches to maximize ratings, sometimes bending rules and regulations to favor high-profile encounters. The 2023 Asia Cup, for example, saw group stage matches adjusted mid-tournament to accommodate the India-Pakistan fixture. These commercial decisions distort the spirit of cricket, rewarding spectacle over fairness. This commercialization feeds into toxic fandom, where cricket is no longer a sport, but a currency of national pride and political theater. Fans are encouraged to view matches as battles rather than games of skill. Players are reduced to symbols, and sport itself suffers, losing credibility, meritocracy, and enjoyment in the process. So who truly lost in Dubai? Not Pakistan. Not the athletes who played with composure and showcased real talent under enormous pressure. The scoreboard may suggest a Pakistani loss, but the reality is far more nuanced. The real loser is cricket itself. When politics infiltrates the sport, when fandom prioritizes outrage over analysis, when every play is a proxy for national identity, the game loses its integrity. Skill and merit are sidelined, while narratives and spectacle dominate. This is the environment India has fostered. Players scrutinized, minorities targeted, criticism weaponized. While victory may be celebrated on the surface, the sport itself is weakened. Pakistan, by contrast, demonstrates that cricket can still be a reflection of discipline, strategy, and fair competition, even in politically charged contexts. Beyond cricket, Pakistan emerged stronger in both diplomatic and military terms following the recent conflict. International observers noted the restraint and strategic clarity displayed by the nation. In the world's eyes, Pakistan navigated accusations and threats without escalating violence, maintaining credibility while countering unsubstantiated narratives linking it to attacks such as Pahalgam. On the cricket field, this translates to the team embodying a similar ethos: resilience, professionalism, and focus amid chaos. Their conduct reflects a larger national narrative, one where skill and strategy outlast noise, hype, and propaganda. Pakistan may not have won today, but the match was never just about the scoreboard. It revealed the realities of a sport burdened by politics, toxic fandom, and commercial pressures. It demonstrated how India's approach to cricket, obsessed with optics, outrage, and symbolic victories, damages the game itself. Meanwhile, Pakistan, through restraint, preparation, and professionalism, emerges with the real victories in diplomacy, in discipline, and in integrity. cricket, at its best, is about skill, strategy, and fairness. And in that sense, Pakistan has not lost. In the end, the scoreboard tells one story, but context, integrity, and perspective tell another. Pakistan has shown that true victory is not measured in runs, wickets, or applause. It is measured in resilience, dignity, and the ability to rise above chaos. And in that measure, Pakistan stands unchallenged.